enjoy.
Speaking of which, I have been now. I'm looking. Hasbro makes all these great figures. Marvel, all of that, and I've been after every so, and I encourage everybody else to do this too. Go to Amazon and MGM and bug them to get Hasbro to make decent Stargate figures.
Mm-hmm.
You look over my shoulder, I have one of them where it was supposed to turn and it didn't turn and it broke off. And I sent it back and I got another one and that one broke off. And I went, okay.
Was that a Diamond Select one? Yeah.
They're just garbage.
I think Diamond Select makes really good display. Really good display pieces where it's like a statue or a piece to put on the wall or what have you.
Right.
But I think they definitely did not realize what they were getting into when they were getting into the articulation of action figures.
And they did the whole 3D scan of all the actors. Great, because they used it then for the video game that we never got. And great. Hang on to those. But now get in bed with Hasbro because Hasbro cares and Hasbro makes the best stuff. McFarlane is doing figures, but he and you'll appreciate this, and so will TF there. 7-inch is too big. 6-inch is your limit as far as the size that you're going to go. Believe it or not, one more inch, and now a kid can't play with it. They're bulky, they're clumsy, they're just in your way.
Well, that and it's not the standard for like a lot of. Not that Stargate had vehicles, but like if you wanted to like cross the stream, so to speak, and have like your
Star Wars
Stargate figures playing with your Star Wars or Ghostbusters or whatever.
Right.
It doesn't.
Is it? That's
it doesn't. You got to hunch the character over into like a ball to get him in the Jeep or whatever. And it just doesn't work.
Even Gung Ho that I got. He's bigger than the other figures, but I think that was done on purpose because he's big. He's supposed to be the big muscle-bound Cajun guy.
Yeah. And in a sense like that makes sense.
And then I got, not to go back to it, but just it's popping into my front. I got Han Solo. I got the Han Solo from Force Awakens. Put him right next to Indy. And then my buddy, because it's always bothered me, I always wanted a good Luke Skywalker with the robe, with the hood, and the lightsaber. Well, my buddy goes, here, I got two of them. Which one do you want? And this one didn't have the robe, and this one did. I'm like, give me the robe one. And it is perfect because he's a little shorter than the 6-inch because he's shorter than Han.
Yeah.
And you can just make him the same size, but they did it on purpose. And I have him with the sword, and it's the cloth cape, which is makes all the difference. The Star Wars figures that they've been coming out, if they have a cape, they make it cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And so that's next to them.
It's that attention to detail that matters to people.
Honestly. And again, you can either play with them if you're a kid, or in my case, just pose them in a cool way and just go, I got that. Because the other part of it is I had, you lose figures too. My mother had thrown out my Jabba the Hutt when I was a kid. Oh, I didn't think you played with that anyway. I was right in my room. You didn't know. You don't make that decision. So if I ever see like in a yard sale or something, I'm grabbing that Jabba the Hutt. Not that I'll play with it, but it's part of my.
You want to be able to put it back in your collection. Yeah.
So I encourage everybody to go after Hasbro and Amazon MGM and say, hey, how about some decent, good? Because there's no reason why they can't.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Give us some good Stargate figures.
Did I see?
You're going to go right into what I was just about to segue into.
Yeah. Is that actually a real thing, or is that some wild idea somebody came up with?
No, apparently they are finally, everybody, here's some news, giving us, or at least rumored, I'll believe it when I see it, but it came from Gate World. So if Gate World posted, I go, okay, that seems legitimate.
They usually do their research and double check things before they just wildly post speculation out there.
It looks like they're finally doing it, coming out with Stargate Funkos. This is something Monkeys, Stargate, SG-1 are the ones that I've been after them about, because you get people like Ed Sheeran or whatever the heck his name is. He gets 5 different kinds of Funkos. Monkeys, really? They don't get anything?
Yeah.
But Stargate has gotten nothing. And now apparently the rumor is They're going to start with the movie.
Okay. I mean,
hey, it's a start.
It's fair. It's fair. I mean,
if
the movie
the movie came first, no matter how good or bad it holds up to the series, isn't the point. It was a starting point, so I could see their logic in going, let's do the movie, see how that does. And then, because people are already after, me included, get SG-1, get SG-1, and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So once, because I even said, when I'm telling the family this, I just looked and said, we're getting every single one. Oh, yeah. So he says, oh, yeah. Like, it's not even a question. Because again, with our Funkos and anything else, we have to, just because it's pretty doesn't mean we have to own it. But in order to help, look, this side, there is my MacGyver one. And I have one upstairs that's out of the box. My son has a MacGyver one. We're buying it, guys.
I mean, ironically, you and I are the same. I have one, and I've got one. I think I have the one out of the box sitting right on top of the box.
Yeah. So like we're here, Funko. We got you. And Amazon and MGM, Amazon in particular, need to get their head out of their rear end and start marketing this crap, because this fandom has never died or slowed down. No. It's only ramped up through the years, and you're leaving money on the table.
Exactly.
By not giving
I mean, I know I know you and I, if anybody's like, hey, I'm looking for something new to watch or something I haven't watched before, do you got any suggestions? It's like the first thing out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's one of the first things out of mine, because if I know the person, I'm like, okay, I know they might not necessarily be a sci-fi fan, but I'm going to slip it in there because it's a good series.
It's not about the sci-fi.
Exactly.
The Forever Adventure Network. Welcome to the adventure.